Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Spicy Season Sisters podcast. And we are on, I cannot believe, episode 14. And we are here live at Jenny's downtown, eat and drink, a beautiful, beautiful location. So we are super excited. This is actually our second live podcast. Yay! Woo-hoo! So a lot of people might be wondering what the Spicy Season Sisters is. So I'm going to tell you exactly what it is since you asked. Spicy Season represents middle-aged women, 40 plus, walking in their season of greatness, which symbolizes embracing a phase of life fulfilled with confidence, empowerment, and unapologetic authenticity. Y'all know we need more of that in life, right? It's about stepping into your personal power, rediscovering your passions, and enjoying life on your own terms, your way, your day, your life, okay? The Spicy Season reflects a celebration and a life of individuality, refusing to let age define or limit your possibilities, and living your life to the fullest, okay? Age ain't nothing but a number and a mindset, okay? So when you got the right mindset, you're going to have the right life set, and your life is going to be spicy. And for the young ones, your life can be spicy too. So, I want to introduce myself. My name is Renette, a.k.a. the Next Level Chick.
I'm Latoya Frazier, also known as your CEO partner.
Good afternoon. I'm Simply Tammy, a spicy coach.
I am Coach Gail Benson, your favorite certified cognitive behavior coach.
Woo, woo, woo! Can y'all hear me on this one? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, again, this is episode 14, and today we are here at a live event called The Warrior Within. I'm so super excited about it. And The Warrior Within has been a transformative experience that's designed to help women who are ready to embrace all the things I just talked about. Embrace your strength. Heal from the past. Heal from those wounds. Step into your full power and your purpose. Today, they got a Warrior Within blueprint. This has been an amazing time. And so today, we want to make sure that as Spicy Season, and we got our Spicy Squad sitting watching us. Woo, 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 woo! And we are focusing on healing, growth, and reaching new heights, new levels. The Warrior Within is empowering us as women to break through limitations and embody our inner warrior. We all have one. We don't let the critic take over. We're going to tell that critic, you better sit your butt down, baby, because we got it going on. Spicy Season it is. So with that being said, we want to talk about the Spicy Season, and we welcome you back to the podcast. So what does it mean? This is my first question to you all. What does it mean to be a warrior? What does it mean to be a warrior? Who wants to take this?
Okay, I guess that's me. Because all eyes was on me over here. We all worry with things in life every single day, and we're all more alike than not. And my warrior tried to silence her. And although she wanted to fight, she wanted to show up for me, I had settled into fear because it was more comfortable, and I didn't want to fight. I didn't think I had fight in me. But when I tell y'all that chick showed up and she was like, we do not quit. I'm in here so you don't get the right to silence me. I've been fighting a long time, and I'll pay the hefty price to survive while you've been trying to kill me. So after going through my journey, she stood up and she took over. And I had to lean into that. And I had to start listening to her instead of listening to depression, anxiety, fear, them, they, whoever. She gave me my voice back, even though I tried to silence her. So my warrior, when I started listening to her, she showed up loud and proud. She took the reins. I leaned into her. I followed her. And after I leaned into her, I stepped into her. And now we are one. And we warrior through everything together with God. If God is for me, who is going to be against me?
Amen, amen, amen. She stood up.
Yeah.
When she stood up and showed up, she was able to go up. And that's what we have to do. Make sure that we show up. See, because as long as you sitting down and you in isolation and depression and all the things she said, y'all know the devil is happy. And y'all know we love to say this saying, oh, life is life. And yeah, life is doing what it's supposed to do. But the question is, are you doing what you're supposed to do? Because life is going to do what it does. And you need to be in the space and place to do what you are supposed to do as well. You're not here just to live and put up with foolishness and let yourself be torn down and worn down. You got a warrior within. And we got to stand up. So again.
In closing, when you say life is lifing, and what my warrior taught me is life is going to life as long as you got breath in your body. And you better welcome it. But what we need to do is learn how to life back.
Correct.
We got it in us life back.
I love it. Y'all, life back. So when life is life, and y'all heard what Gail said, life back. We cannot be caught up, mixed up, or messed up in the foolishness that the devil has for us. No way. It ain't gonna work. Okay? It won't work. And when you start to see it, you need to tell yourself, baby, it ain't working. It ain't working.
Right.
Like she said, she stood up. So anytime you feel like you down, find a way to stand up. Find a way to get up. And being in spaces and places like this, around like-minded people, you might have come in here real heavy. But I promise you, I seen some dancing and some talking and some connecting and collaborating.
Right.
And today we are celebrating ourselves because we are beautiful. And we are making it happen beautifully. No matter what we've been through.
Yeah.
We gonna stand up. We gonna show up. And we gonna have that warrior within. Okay, you wanna give us what the warrior is too? Warrior. Frame it on up, Tam. Okay.
Basically, sometimes you're forced into becoming a new woman, which I was. I was content, unhappy, and I was actually forced to go on out and do what I needed to do. So, my encouragement to all women, because I had to go through it, I had to fall in order to get up, okay? And one of my closest friends is here, and she helped me through the process. When I was crying and down and out, I had to find a way and find my strength, and I made it happen. I got rid of the fear. I started praying. I started reading. I started listening to my boss lady. I call her boss lady. She's my coach, okay? But in essence, all of us have struggles that we have to deal with. It comes every day, every hour of every day. And you have to want to, as we discuss all the time, make it to the next step. You have to want to go to the next step. You want to have to get rid of the pain. You have to start wanting to fight. And what does that fight mean? Paying attention. But first of all, before you do any of that, you have to put God first, okay? And in my life, God separated me from so many people, okay? That was not an easy task. That was painful, okay? And after 2 divorces and struggling to make it by myself and learning who I was, learning how to do the finances, learning how to pay bills, learning how to get up and pray every morning. It's just, it's steps to it, but you have to do it, okay? There's nobody else in here can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself, but you have the support of others, okay? Which is good. So make sure the people that you have supporting you know what the heck they're talking about too, though.
And that's part of the problem. I say it every time. If I say it every week, I don't care. Because it needs to be heard. Like she said, the people who are supporting you, that's very important. Because many times we are speaking to people that are not certified, qualified, or bona fide to speak in our life. Why are we listening to them? When their marriage tore down, wore down, they broke, busted, and disgusted, and you talking to them for what? That's my question. Right? For what? You think you getting ready to get better? Talking to them and not. So we have to make a decision to come into spaces and places where women are growing, women who have maybe done what we're trying to do. And it don't matter that that friend feel like you kind of left them behind. It's not like you don't want to talk to them or be bothered with them, but they can't help you. You got to go find some help. And that's the problem. And I know, especially as black women, we struggle to ask for help. We struggle to trust. But when you understand that there is a warrior within, and you understand that God is on your side, He got your front, back, side, and all around, you're going to stand up, like Gail said, and show up to spaces and places like this. You're going to get that friend or somebody that has done what you've done or that what you're trying to do so that you can get to a new space and place. And as y'all are sitting here, if you have any questions, just write them on the sheets and we'll answer those questions as well. You want to talk about that warrior, what it is?
Sure, thank you. In an effort not to repeat what the other lady said, because I can definitely relate, and I'm sure many of you can too. So for me, you know, the warrior within is being able to overcome, you know, adversity or trauma when everything in front of you feels like it's stacked against you, and being able to, you know, go to the next level. Healing, what does that mean for you? Does that mean therapy? That's what it meant for me. And, you know, when I went through one of the most difficult stages of my life, I hadn't tapped into therapy before, but therapy absolutely saved my life. When I say literally saved my life. I grew up in a culture where therapy was kind of frowned upon, and many of you may be able to relate to that. You know, we pray, you know, we see God, and, you know, we ask for those things, but I also am a firm believer that God created therapists, and, you know, everybody just stay in their lane, and it definitely wasn't my lane. I needed to be able to talk those things through because it took me to a dark place. So from that experience alone, being able to overcome that when everything was stacked against me. So being able to worry through that as a warrior and come up on the other side as a victor.
Toya, can I ask you a question about that?
Absolutely.
So tell me what that was like, learning how to open up during therapy.
Scary.
Yeah.
Very scary, because, you know, many of us grew up in the culture that, you know, what happens in the house stays in the house, right? And there's a lot of times when we're going through trauma, it brings on shame, embarrassment, and, you know, sometimes we're not honest with ourselves about the things that are going on. So if we can't be honest with ourselves, we can't be honest with others. So I had to come to the realization that in order for me to heal, I had to be open and transparent. Because if I'm getting help on built up lies, how is that going to benefit me? How is that going to benefit, you know, my children, those around me that need me to be healed, right? In order to continue to fulfill, you know, my role in their lives as a mom, as a sister, whatever relationship that I have with them. So I had to be honest with myself first.
Okay, so let me piggyback off of all of this. So first of all, we as women need to take an inventory of who we are. Look at our good strengths, our bad strengths, okay? Always remember, we all have someone else that's looking at us and watching us. So it makes a difference on how you move, how you groove, what you do, what you say, what you don't say, okay? There people come up to me and say, I saw you. I don't know who these people are. I'm just telling you, people are watching, people are looking, okay? People also are looking for you to have a downfall. Okay? People are also looking for you to have a downfall, okay? That's why it's good for you to know who you are, your strengths, and things that you need to work on to build in this life and build for yourself.
That's a part, let me see this. That's a part of getting that paperwork done that we talked about today, that blueprint. We have to know these things. So very important, like I said, no self-care. That's a part of self-care.
And one more thing, two more things that I like to add that help me, that, you know, I pray that it help you as well. The first thing is understanding that no is a complete sentence. It don't need no explanation or anything. No is a complete sentence. And many of you may have heard me say before that I'm a recovering people pleaser. We are a recovering people pleaser. And it was hard for me to say no and just leave it at that, or say no without thinking I had to give an explanation.
Right.
It's a complete sentence. No explanation is needed. So I had to get comfortable with that. And the second thing for me is being able to set boundaries
Yes.
and sticking to those boundaries. Because, after being a people pleaser for so long, I would set the boundary, but then I would feel guilty,
Yeah.
right? And I would go, against what the boundary was.
Right.
And it didn't help me, from that perspective. So I had to learn how to say no, that it's a complete sentence without an explanation, and setting boundaries and standing on them.
Right.
I love that. That's so important because many times we struggle to set boundaries, like she said. And so as I talk about the warrior within, who I am today is definitely not who I was about 10, 12 years ago. And we're here today to partly celebrate ourselves. And I don't do a lot of actually publicly saying I'm celebrating me today, but I'm going to say I'm celebrating me.
Yeah.
Because I have come a mighty long ways. It is very hard. I have a very estranged relationship with my mother. I love my mom. I love her, love her, love her. But it has been a struggle. And to have lost my daddy, the person that was there for me all the time, and then to go through a series of deaths. When Latoya talked about the therapist, a lot of us think, oh, they won't do that, or oh, they look good, look like it's all. Everybody has something. So stop thinking you're the only one. You are not the only one. And it is okay to get a therapist. And I waited when my grandson passed. I made sure everybody got therapy. But guess who I didn't take care of? My own self. And that's what we do too many times. They tell you on the plane, what? Put your own mask on first. And so if I would have done that, that would have helped me. But thank God, and I'm going to call her name out now, Charlotte McCullough. When I tell you, she called me and she said, Renette, I know you a strong woman, and I know you helping everybody else, but my question is, are you helping you? Do you have a therapist? She said, I'm not trying to make myself the therapist, but I want you to get a therapist. She said, I'm going to hold you accountable. You need a therapist after all you have been through. She said, and I'm not going to stop calling until you get that therapist. You got to get you a therapist. And I was like, okay. She was like, okay, so I need to know when you get the therapist. When I tell you, because that was on a Sunday, she called me. On a Monday, I had a therapist. And that was back in 2022. And when I went to the therapist the first time and we were going through things, she said, you've been through trauma your whole life. And that's what many of us have been through, and you haven't understood it. And that's why it's so important that we do get this therapy. It's so important that we go within. Y'all heard me today say we like to wear it, we like to put it on us and not in us. So I commend each and every one of you all who are in the audience for putting it in you today. Give yourself some clap. Clap it up, clap it up. Because we got to start doing that. More of the self-care, more of the self-discovery. And so that's why that paper is so, so very important. Anybody else want to say?
And ladies, this is what I want to also remind you, because I also went through a 14-week intense group therapy program. And I asked you that, Latoya, because I knew how hard it was for me to open up. And in that 14-week group program, it took 6 weeks for me to stop lying. And then I started not showing up. And the counselor called me and told me, if you're not on this therapy on Wednesday at 10 o'clock, I'm coming to your house with the Orange County Sheriff. That is the only reason why I showed up. Because I was like, I don't need these folks showing up to my house. The neighbors going to be trying to figure out why the cops is here. They done already saw my husband pack up the U-Haul truck and leave. I'm sitting here with these girls by myself. I'm not going to answer the door. They probably going to break my windows. Who's going to pay for that? So I had to be threatened to show up. And the only way I ended up in that program that saved my life was because somebody cared enough, a sister, in my corporate space where I work. 14 people in that corporate office watched me come in there unraveling every single day. Not one person said a word. I walked in there and cut all of my hair off. I had long curly hair and everybody loved my hair. And one day I couldn't take it. The hair on my hair felt so heavy. And it was like the depression was in my hair and it was just aggravating me. And when I say I cut all my hair off, I didn't make an appointment nowhere and nobody shopping got in the chair. I sat in my bathroom with some dusty, dull scissors and cut my hair off. And then tried to fix it up with a razor. Don't know what I'm doing. And I walked in that office and I dared somebody to tell me how patchy and raggedy my hair looked. And nobody did. except for one sister came to my office and said, "Can I talk to you for a second?" Nothing out of the ordinary, but 5 words she asked me saved my life. She didn't want to get in my business. She told me she didn't even want to come in there, but some just pushed her to my office. And she asked me, "How can I help you?" Don't be afraid to ask your sisters how you can help them. When you see something just a little different. Maybe you see them with tears in their eyes, and maybe the tears haven't fallen yet, and they're just welted up, and they're just trying to hold it all in because they don't know what's happening to them. They can't explain it. They can't describe it. Be that light. Just ask them 5 words. You ain't got to dig, because once you ask, "How can I help you?" it's coming out. I fell apart on the floor in her office. And that day, she called and got me help and told me she is in crisis and she needs help, and I'm not hanging up until I get her help. Because I promise you, had she not done that, I would not be sitting here. And it's not because I'll be home. I will be dead. I had all kind of thoughts. So be your sister's keeper. Be the light. Just 5 words. Ask the question. And if they're going to share, they're going to share. But don't be afraid to love on your sister and just ask them, "How can I help you?"
Y'all, let's remember that. I have tears in my eyes because we've all been through some things, and life is hard. And nobody said it's about to get easier. It's going to keep being hard. That's what happens. But we can make it better by helping ourselves, by asking other people, do they need help? Sometimes your helping other people helps you as well. You never know how you can connect to people. We need to make sure we're connected. And again, get a therapist. I'm still in therapy. I'm standing. I don't know how to come out of it. And if you have a therapist that don't have a therapist, that's what Charlotte told me. You need to run from them. She told us that. So it's so important. And we like to come and talk about real, raw, and relevant stuff that we don't like to talk about, especially as black and brown women. We struggle to talk about things. We struggle to trust people. And that allows us to be isolated. That allows us to be inside of ourselves, our ego. Your ego is not your amigo. And so we have to stop getting inside of our head and open up to the right people. And like I said, therapy, whatever it is you need, get around the like-minded people that you need to make things better. So my next question is, how have past experiences shaped your warrior journey? How have your past experiences shaped your warrior journey?
For me, it's, kind of just going off of what we just talked about, is finding a tribe. Because when I was going through my situation, it was during COVID. Everybody was isolated and I was alone. And we shouldn't have to struggle alone. So finding a tribe, and my tribe, they were there the entire time. I talked about earlier about being isolated and feeling embarrassed and ashamed. So I did reach out to them, although they were reaching out to me. So I put on the mask, so that they didn't see what was going on. I put on the happy face and I showed up as long as I needed to, but then, once the kids, went to school or did whatever, then I was back in that state. But find a tribe, and we made a pact since then that if any of us are going through anything, regardless of what it is, that we at least let one know. Because, it was difficult just being isolated in COVID alone, but going through something like that, one of the other ladies said, being, depressed and suicidal and all of those things, just the isolation alone is enough, but add some additional trauma on top of that, So that's what I have to say about that.
Well, let me add to, there's a lot of pain in the room. I see it, we see it. We also have pain. it comes in many forms and fashions. It comes in verbal abuse, physical abuse, manipulations, weapons. It comes in all kind of forms and fashions. I've had a gun put to my head, the gun went off. The gun went off. I've been verbally abused, physically. I've had to find myself to grow up, to glow up. But the difference was I wasn't suicidal, and I was strong enough, and I had a tribe around me that not only saw me sinking in the quicksand, but they all reached their hands out. They all threw ropes. My children, my children are property. They were there. They prayed over their mother. They held my hand. My friends held my hand. They know my story. I don't have time today to sit and talk about it. But we all go through certain traumas and abuse, and we have to decide for ourselves if we want to heal. And healing process takes a while. It takes a long while. It just doesn't happen overnight, but you have to make the commitment. You have to be obedient to yourself. You have to pray. You have to keep pushing. You smiling through the halls at work when you're in pain, lying to everybody and everyone around you, and you're going home, you're sitting in your house, you're unhappy, you're not doing the work. Get the help. I had two spiritual advisors and a life coach. And about 5 women that love me dearly, that help me pull me out. 2 of them are in this room right now. My daughter's here, Sonia's here, and Dee is here. Those ladies held my hand, pulled me up, said things to me that I needed to hear. Light bulbs were going on. This is what we all need. So when you're faking it, you can do all that you want to. And guess what? When you go home to your house, people aren't even thinking about you. You need to get it together. You need to heal. You need to start praying. The first thing you need to do when you get out of bed is thank God for waking you up. You need to thank God for giving you another day. You need to ask God to be with you and walk with you all through the day. Because that's where it first starts. So, Sonia, live here, thank you. Dee, live here, thank you. And they still call me every day. And I'm on top of the world at peace. I'm happy. My daughter, I fought through all of this. My daughter watched. So I had to make sure my children got the healing that they need. I don't know if you all know, my daughter's a supermodel. She lives in New York. She's done some great things. But it was not easy with the fight I was going through to get her where she needed to be. But I did it. Now she's doing well and she's on top of the world. So when I say there's a fight up, you have to fight up. There is no stay down, it's fight up. Okay?
Whew, y'all, we have to have these conversations. You have to have tough conversations. And this is what a lot of people don't like to have. It's okay to cry. It's okay. I cry every day. I'm just going to be honest. I cry every single day. I don't mean to, but I do mean to. Because I need to cleanse myself. I need to release. And it's okay to release yourself. And so, as I went through my struggles, and I seem to be continuing to go through, I'm only here because of God. God sent me the right tribe. And again, here we go. My cousin out in the audience, maybe she'll heard some stories and some things.
Help each other.
And that's what you have to get, the help. Whatever you need, I promise you, it is in this room. Do not leave here today thinking you have to be alone. You don't. We all have something, and we're all better together. But we have to understand that, and we've been taught. I know I was taught you can't trust women. They losers and they users. They want your man, and that's how I grew up. But I got to a space where I got around the right people, where I can get around women. And it's very hard when you don't really have a relationship with your mom. When you see everybody else, mama coming here, it's hard. And so I didn't find myself till I was in my 40s, when I really was able to get around women, because I would look at them, what they want. Why they keep bothering me? I didn't trust. But I'm at a space and place, even though I didn't trust myself, I had to get in a space where I could trust God. Put my face to the ground and pray every day, all day sometimes. And I know there is nothing in this world that my God cannot do. And I told God if he got me through some of the things that I got through, every day I would glorify him. And every day I glorify him, because I couldn't do or be where I am without him. And sometimes people in your life for a reason and a season, you understand that.
Right.
So if you have a relationship with somebody, whether it's your mama, maybe she just had to have you, but you couldn't be who you were. If you were continuing that relationship, if you were stuck in that, you were with that man, but you're not with them anymore.
Right.
You couldn't be who you were called to be.
Right.
It was something you were supposed to get and then move away from it. So don't stay stale, stuck, and stagnant in places and spaces where you don't belong. You're better than that. And we must understand that we are better than that. As black women, we put up with too much for too long. And we need to decree, declare, and decide that we're not doing that anymore. What we not going to do at this big age is continue to disrespect ourselves. See, when you're not taking care of you first, it's called disrespect. And y'all, I ain't putting up with no disrespect. Yes, you are. From yourself. We got to do something different. And you coming to step in this room, that's making a difference. Continue to do things to make a difference. Continue to work on you and where God has called you to be. I got one more question before we end, and if anybody again has any questions, let me know. Let us know. Write it out and we'll answer. What is the importance of a sisterhood and a community? What has it done? Y'all have kind of talked about it, but some people still may not understand. It's just so important. And they may be leaving here today. You can't leave here today if you're still thinking that way. You need to talk to us. You're not self-made and you can't do it by yourself. Success does not happen alone. If you think about whoever you want to talk about, your favorite singer. If you want to talk about Michael Jordan, whoever, whatever, they didn't get there by themselves, I promise you. They had some help. And we all, each and every one of us, need help. And I know we don't want to ask for it because God knows. I call myself an independent woman. But I can't do what I need to do by myself. And trust and believe God will send you what you need, when you need it, and who you need. Yes, that's right. We don't have enough time, like Tammy said, because each of us have some stories, and we don't look like what we've been through, just like y'all don't look like what y'all been through. We all been through something. Right, and going through. And we're going to continue to go through. But as she said, we got to fight up. We got to keep fighting. And I told my husband the other day, y'all excuse me, I'm safe. My husband's a little ratchet, and that's his name. And Sonny told me she was his name is Angel, and he's an Angel. Sonny was laughing when I told her, I said, I was crying Friday. I said, I'm just tired, I don't want to keep fighting. Y'all excuse, this is language, not my language. He said that's why Joe Frazier got knocked the fuck out. Because he refused to keep fighting. We gotta keep That's the only way we gonna stand. And so even on my way here, I had some tears. I'm going through some things, but I know when I show up, God has me. And so every time you don't feel like going and something tell you to stay home, don't do it. Go anyways. Do it anyways. The warrior is within you, and it's your job to win. It's your job to win. You didn't wake up to lose.
No.
You didn't wake up to win. And so it's so very, very important. And so we are so thankful. We are so grateful for you all coming out here to support us and to support yourselves, celebrate yourselves, give yourselves a hand. I'm so proud of you all. I'm so grateful. We all are grateful.
Yes, we are.
And thankful for you all just coming. We hope y'all have had an amazing time. We still got a little time to do the other little boots on the ground. Y'all, we put some boots to the ground. Oh yeah, we gonna ask a question. I ain't gonna say it. Okay, answer the question. Why is that community so important in that sisterhood?
Well, as you all see, look.
Come on, sis.
It's all right. That's what the sisterhood is, right? So we're gonna give our sisters some love because it is important to have this community. It is important to have not just like-minded women, because we all could be thinking the same thing, but at the wrong time for the wrong reasons. So we need to have growth-minded circles. We need to have growth-minded support. It's good to have cheerleaders. It's good to have people that's rah-rah-rah for you, but it's also good to have people that will stand up and hold you accountable and say, hey, yo, remember that time you said you was going to do X, Y, Z? Have you done it yet? We got to hold our sisters accountable. We could jump up and down all day long, but we're not helping them on their journey by not holding them accountable, pulling them by their coattails. Because that's what a sisterhood does. Be genuine in your support. Be genuine. Wherever you are, in your place, in your space, in your journey, I say this all the time. Because if I find out that you're not genuine in the journey, I'm going to give you the grace to be where you at. And I'm going to give myself the peace to leave you there. Because I'm going to keep going. Because God going to take me to my tribe. And when I trusted God, He brought me to my tribe. He brought me to the spicy season, sisters. I might have walked in there, my.
Yeah. She calls herself the Johnny Gill.
I call myself Johnny Gill of the spicy season, sisters, but my God, like Ruby Goldberg said on Color Purple, I'm here. My God, I'm here. And I'm so glad to be here because in the time that I have been with these women, they have had a phenomenal impact on my life. And when I tell you, somebody had just called you out the blue and be like, hey, I need to talk to you. Remember you said, yeah, I need to talk. You don't need to say that no more. When I promise you, because that's what your sisterhood is. When you create that space, a genuine, supportive place, you have to be able to have the conversation that you might not be comfortable with having, or you may not be used to having because you ain't had no real sisters. You didn't have no play friends. See, we got to get rid of the play people because they making you too fat to fly. You can't take off. You got to take flight. Don't get to the counter at American Airlines or whoever y'all fly. I ain't endorsing nobody. But when you get to that counter and they put that luggage on that scale, and you be seeing it go up 38, 42, 55. You got a price to pay if that luggage too heavy, ain't it? Right. You got a price to pay if you too fat to fly. If you carrying excess baggage, you got everybody's stuff in your bag but yours, you are too fat to fly. Don't go on vacation. Don't get the Rio de Janeiro and open that suitcase. You ain't got no bathing suit. You ain't got no cute shoes. But guess what you got in there? Your son BS from high school, the girlfriend you can't stand that keep calling your house and hanging up, the lady at your job that you can't stand, she be sending you emails, you be wanting to pop off and you can't. All that stuff in your bag, but you ain't got nothing you need on your trip. Pack for yourself so that you can unpack. Get yourself around women that understand where you're going. Because I can't talk to my cousin Rara. Because Rara's still doing stuff in her kitchen and I had the people kicking her door down. And I got to go where I need to go so I can have brand new doors and new neighborhoods that I need to be living in. I love you, Rob. Rob, I love you, girl. I promise. I ain't telling your business. But when I tell you, she can't tell me nothing. And her choice is her choice. But I got me some sisters right here. And they helping me along the way. Get you some sisters that are growth-minded and that's going to hold you accountable. They'll cry with you. They'll laugh with you. They'll kiki, ha, 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 sip and see with you. But they're going to help you along the way.
And Johnny Gill, we are so excited and ignited, and we are blessed that God sent you our way. It is a reason and a rhyme. You have brought so much to this family, this sisterhood, this group, and we love you. We love you. We love you to life.
Well, now that I've got myself together, she's basically said it all. It's just so very difficult and emotional to talk about and talk outwardly about the pain that you go through. And for me, it's difficult because I just pick up and I go and I do, and I had to stop doing that. So when we sit up here and we talk to you all, and we speak to you all, and we speak to the people out there, listen, this is not an easy task. So seeing us up here, we've all been through something. So we're not just speaking to you and telling you something because we pulled it out of one of these red bags that are on the tables. We actually have been through a lot, okay? I've lost my mom, grandma, been through 2 divorces, I've lost a lot. And I've had to keep fighting. And when I go home and I'm in a house by myself, it's me. I have to still make things happen. I have to still fight. My friends, I speak to them, but I have to still fight. And let me tell you something. She told you right. When you carry everybody else's stuff and not your own, you fooling yourself and you wasting time. And let me use Angie Stone. Angie Stone was in a concert the day before she passed away. She didn't know she was going to pass away. We don't either. Have your stuff in order. Have yourself in order. And just like them, I told you, I had 2 spiritual advisors and a life coach. You have to have this stuff. I have girlfriends around me that, like us, I'll just tell you about us. We maneuver around each other and we just flow. We know where each one is going. We know where each one is going. We know what each one to make things happen. And if we have to, we'll say, hey, grab that, and we just know once she grabs that, we need to do this. That's the kind of tribe you need to have around you, okay? People that just flow with you. Now, if you have your inner self, your inner body will tell you, the person that's next to you or around you, you'll know that person's genuine or not. Your body tells you, your sense of self tells you. It's so important. Listen to your inner self. You know if someone's good for you and when they're not, okay? And yeah, we all fall and we have to get back up. But pay attention to our bodies. If you get around Kiki, and every time you get around Kiki, you get a negative feeling, you gotta get from around Kiki. If you get around Rah, you get a negative feeling, get from there, get away.
Around there.
Get away. You know what's genuine and you know what's not. Okay? But as I always say, fight up and make it beautiful. Okay?
One thing that I'll add for me, community. You know, we talked about the sisterhood. Y'all, I flew in from Dallas to participate in this event. And I'm happy to be here. You know, some of you I've met before at other events, you know, through Renette. And they've been spoiling me since I've been here. So I told them they must be trying to get me to move to Orlando. But the community, I love being able to, you know, connect with, you know, other like-minded women. I never want to be the smartest one in the room. I like to learn from everyone. So it's about the community. You know, what can I learn? What's the experience? We talked today about intention. What's the intention, right? So I'm always looking to connect. So for me, it's about the community and learning. And then, how do you say it, Tammy? About the
Fight up.
fight up and fighting up. So.
Yeah, so, yeah, we need to learn to fight up.
Wow. Hey, we love this. We love this. Is there a Spicy Season sister organization to join? Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so right now good question. Right now we have the Spicy Squad, which is basically the ladies that have been on the podcast. They've been watching, they've been doing everything. And so what is basically happening is Next Level Chicks has formed a partnership with Spicy Season Sisters. So the first thing that we're really doing, and it'll be fully formed by October, we have a cruise coming October 17th through 20th, as she said. And that is going to be like our first thing that we officially do, like as we lock in together. And then we'll actually have like a membership that can be joined and all that kind of stuff. But stay connected to us as we're going and growing. We've been doing this, like we said, 14 weeks. We already were invited to New York to connect with the Black Minority Chamber of Commerce, and they've connected us with other people, and we've been just invited places, and it's just been so amazing.
Right.
So when this is what I prayed, and be careful what we pray for. And I did this when I opened the school too. I said, God, just give me so much I can't even handle it. I need some help. And so at this point, that's kind of what we feel. We need some help. So we pulling things together.
Yeah.
And that's something good when God gives you, He gives you what you ask for. But you got to be ready. And so I see this has been such a blessing, and just like really trusting God. So yes, the organization is coming. We'll be putting out more about it. And we're so excited about it. And we, anything y'all need or want to see, want us to podcast on, y'all let us know that too. And we want everybody to make sure they're signed up for, that's her part.
For our YouTube channel, www.spicyseasonsisterspodcast.com. And if you have a little trouble getting it, we have a QR code, and just raise your hand. We'll come around so you can scan the code. But it's not just about going to the page, it's about liking, subscribing, and sharing. So there's certain things, from a marketing perspective, when you get so many followers on YouTube, that gives us an opportunity to reach more women. As Renette said earlier, our goal is to reach 1 million women, and we can't do that alone. We do that with you. So we continue to thank you for your continued support.
I want to ask really quick, raise your hand if you're already following our Spicy Season Sister Facebook page. Awesome! Fantastic! And listen, do not feel slighted if you're not. Bam! Because I want you to come scan this QR code. Come see me so we can get you in the Spicy Squad. And once we get our followers, it's going to be so much for you to keep up with in that page. So see me, let's get you following us, and we can start linking up together as a squad.
Yes. And we right now have a spicy challenge going on where you can win a prize, and we're going to be able to talk about you. And especially you all being here. If you've done something that has been bold, something where you use this big energy, and you've shown up and you've done something to step up and step out within the last week or two, or even today, you have until Wednesday to go to, and I'm going to put that on her, and tell your story of what happened. Like, did you negotiate a raise for yourself? Did you walk away from a toxic relationship? Did you decide, oh my God, I never really show up to these types of things, but I showed up to the warrior within. If that was big for you, that's spicy, that's big.
Yeah.
When we do something different, that's how we see the change. We can't keep doing the same thing. Y'all know that. And people do it all the time. I wonder why nothing working for me. Because you ain't doing nothing different.
In the room.
I love that song. Yes, I'm different. I'm different. We gotta be different. Okay? Because one thing about me, I ain't interested in ordinary, average, mediocre, status quo. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm allergic to those things. And I don't like when people say, oh, everybody doing it. What I gotta do with me?
Yeah, that
Nothing.
part.
Nothing. We spicy.
Right.
Y'all spicy. So yeah, we gotta do spicy things. We gotta be bold.
Yeah.
We already beautiful. We know that.
Yeah.
We all beautiful. But now we gotta walk in that beautifulness and boldness and that spiciness. So yes, y'all, we are getting ready. We are officially finished. I'm finished, y'all. Y'all just tell me I can be finished. I'm finished. All right, so thank y'all so much. We love y'all so much. We appreciate y'all for every single thing. And we're so excited and ignited. This is our first inaugural event and our second time going live. So we're super excited about that. And we're excited as we continue to get invitations. And if y'all want us to, y'all mostly live here, but if y'all have something y'all want us to podcast, to host, whatever, we are available.
The expo. Oh.
Yes, I didn't know if I was supposed to tell that yet. Oh, I could tell? Yes, y'all! So y'all don't know this queen right here. This is Monique Nichols. This is Miss Woo. Woo, 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 woo. Come on, Miss Woo. She's very shy. She's shy. She don't like this shit. I already knew she wasn't coming. But Miss Woo Woo is in the house. And the Spicy Season Sisters will be at Woo 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 Woo.
I'll be traveling back from Dallas.
And we will be podcasting live. And thank you for the opportunity. We certainly appreciate
Yes, thank
it.
you.
And don't take it
Thank
for
you.
granted. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, I'll
So,
be there in my future.
baby, we gonna be ready. Fuchsia, we gonna be fuchsia ready.
Yeah.
Oh, I already told. Tell me what I told you.
This ain't a pig affair.
Wait, tell me. Tammy showed me some pink. I said, girl, Monique said fuchsia. And she was like, oh, and then she slid to the, I said, yeah, that's the right color. So if y'all listen to us and y'all got y'all woo tickets, listen, woo, 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 woo. I'm not playing with y'all. She not saying pink, she said fuchsia. Thank y'all, we love y'all.
Thank you.
And we gonna keep it spicy every day and every way. Woo!